Welcome to this explainer of the Calm Code. Today, we're mapping out a totally practical, non-esoteric framework for uncovering unshakable inner peace right in the middle of the utter chaos of modern life. I'm honestly so excited to share this with you, because we aren't just going to talk about life from the outside today. Nope, we're going entirely inward to find the code and finally change what needs to change.
Take a slow breath. Seriously, just for the next few minutes of this explainer, I want you to let everything else wait. Not because your problems aren't real, they absolutely are, and not because life isn't super demanding right now, but because what you're about to discover through this deliberate pause is a realization that most people spend literally decades searching for in all the wrong places.
All right, let's dive right in. To fully grasp what we're looking at today, we're building directly on some foundational concepts from the source material. We've already established that you are not your temporary roles, right? You aren't your job, your past, or even your body. You are the observer who remains. And crucially, your thoughts aren't just narrating your life, they're actively building it, belief by belief. Think about it. If you inherently believe the world is overwhelmingly stressful, your mind is going to actively seek out stress in every single situation just to prove you right. It literally constructs your reality. With that foundation set, we've got to address a massive missing piece.
I want you to ask yourself this directly, and be honest. When was the last time you felt genuinely at peace? And I don't mean the last time you were happy or distracted by your phone or entertained by a new show. I mean the last time you felt truly, deeply, and profoundly still.
Section 1. The constant noise.
For a lot of us, the honest answer to that last question is that we simply cannot remember. And it's not because peace is some rare commodity reserved for monks on a mountain somewhere. It's just because we have never stopped moving long enough to actually let that peace surface. Think about the average morning rush. You wake up, and before your eyes are even fully open, you reach for the phone. Bam! That immediate, massive spike of cortisol hits you. The physical tension grips your chest before your feet have even touched the bedroom floor. The noise instantly begins. The news, the messages, the problems, the plans. From that exact second, your mind is off to the races. Your baseline peace is totally hijacked, and you spend the rest of the day reacting, calculating, worrying, replaying yesterday, and rehearsing tomorrow.
Beneath all of this relentless mental running, there's a fundamental split happening: the constant mind versus the real you. In the middle of all that daily reacting and rehearsing, the real you isn't destroyed. It's actually never destroyed. But man, it gets buried. It gets crushed under the heavy weight of a mind that just never learned how to be still.
This quote really hits the nail on the head. Peace is what remains when you stop running from yourself long enough to notice it was always there. The ancient truth we have to grasp here is that peace is your natural baseline state. It's not that constant low-level anxiety and stress you've carried for so long that you mistakenly think it's normal. Deep, quiet, unshakable peace has been at your center your entire life, just waiting for you.
Section 2. The pond analogy.
Okay, to make this abstract mental state highly tangible, let's look at a brilliant visual metaphor that explains exactly how your mind operates. Imagine a pond on a super windy day. The surface is heavily choppy, and the wind, which perfectly represents the constant chaotic noise of modern life, whips the water without mercy. As this happens, the mud from the bottom, representing all of your unprocessed thoughts, anxieties, and emotions, gets churned up. It makes everything dark and cloudy, right? You can't see the bottom at all. But when the wind eventually, gradually stops, the mud naturally sinks back down. The water effortlessly becomes clear again. That clear stillness is your natural, undisturbed state. You don't have to add stillness to the water. It is what the water always was underneath all the disturbance.
And that brings us to a massive realization. Silence is not empty. It's actually where your clearest thinking lives. When your mind settles like that pond, you tap into a much deeper intelligence. Suddenly, the answers you've been frantically searching for out in the world become obvious, and the path you just couldn't see begins to appear. Because a mind running at full speed, constantly churning up mud, can literally never access this depth.
Section 3. The observer practice.
Now listen, I'm absolutely not going to tell you to sit in a quiet room and forcefully try to empty your mind. No way. Most people try that tactic and give up within 3 minutes out of sheer frustration. Instead, we're going to develop a highly practical skill called the observer. Here's how the 5-minute daily practice works. Just once a day, before you reach for your phone and let the noise start, sit for 5 minutes. During this time, just notice your thoughts coming and going. Do not judge them, do not fight them, and absolutely do not try to stop them.
Treat them exactly like clouds moving across the sky. You just let them be. Now, you will inevitably fail at first. A thought's gonna pop up, and you'll get completely swept away by that cloud. But the magic happens the exact moment you realize you've been swept away. Noticing that distraction? That is the successful completion of the practice. Remember, you aren't the clouds, you are the permanent sky. The clouds come and go, but the sky always remains.
When you do this consistently, the noise doesn't magically disappear, but your relationship to it completely changes. As this quote highlights, it's the difference between living inside the storm and finding the eye of it. You stop being helplessly tossed around inside the storm of every single reacting thought. Instead, you find that still, clear, unshaken center. You start watching and choosing rather than just blindly reacting.
Section 4. Ending the war within.
All right, now that we have a practice to find stillness, we absolutely must confront the single greatest destroyer of inner peace out there. It's a habit that drains more energy than almost anything else a human being can do: resistance. Resistance is the exhausting act of fighting what already is. It's needing everything around you to be different before you allow yourself to be still. So many of us are constantly at war with our past, our current circumstances, or the people around us. But fighting reality like this guarantees you will never be at peace, because you are draining all your power by resisting what already exists.
Because here's the truth. Problems are the curriculum. They are not the punishment. Life is built to present problems. There is always going to be another one. But the calmest, most powerful person doesn't fight the curriculum. They move through it deliberately. Think of a mighty river. A river carving its way through a canyon over millions of years is infinitely more powerful than water violently splashing and resisting against a rock. The river doesn't panic. It doesn't fight the stone. It just powerfully, persistently moves around and through it without wasting an ounce of energy on resistance. That is calm power.
Section 5. The 3 Calm Codes. To anchor everything we've unpacked in this explainer today, let's distill these profound concepts into 3 definitive, actionable rules for your daily life. Here are your takeaways. Number 1. Peace is not a destination. It's not something you earn. It is already inside you, just waiting to be uncovered. Number 2. Commit to the 5-minute observer practice every single morning. Watch your thoughts like clouds, expect to get distracted, notice the distraction, and change your relationship to the noise. And number 3, stop being at war with what is. Drop the resistance, accept the present moment, flow like the river, and finally end that exhausting internal war.
I absolutely love this quote as a summary of our entire journey today. The pond is already clear at the bottom. You just have to stop disturbing the surface long enough to see it. You truly do not need to add a single new thing to your life to find clarity. You simply need to let the mud settle. Stop disturbing your own mental surface.
So now that we understand who you really are, how your thoughts construct your life, and exactly how to uncover the peace beneath it all through the observer practice, there is one final profound piece left to lock into place. One foundational question that sits quietly underneath all the noise. Why are you here? And I don't mean that in some vague, abstract way. I mean, why are you, this specific person, with your specific experiences, your specific losses, and your specific gifts, here right now, at this exact point in your life? It's a massive mystery, and answering it makes everything else stop being so complicated. That is exactly what we're going to unravel next time. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and remember, keep practicing that stillness.